Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds! The place where we dive deep into the stories behind the coins we spend every single day. And today, we're uncovering the fascinating world behind a coin you might have walked past without a second thought: the 1994 Liberty 1-cent coin. Yes, that simple penny could hold more history, mystery, and even value than you ever imagined. Let's take a journey together through the copper-coated lanes of American history to find out how a small, round disc called the 1-cent came to be, and why the 1994 edition has a special place in the hearts of collectors. The story of the 1-cent coin starts way back, all the way to 1793. That's right. More than 230 years ago, the United States Mint released the very first cent coin. Back then, it was a much larger, copper-heavy coin known as the flowing hair cent, a far cry from the lightweight pennies we know today. Over time, the design and composition changed, from the draped bust to the classic head, then to the flying eagle in the 1850s. And finally to the Indian head cent in 1859. But in 1909, everything changed forever. That was the year the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln cent, in honor of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, the first American coin to ever feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent featured the beloved president's side profile on the obverse, or front, and the wheat stalks on the reverse. From 1909 to 1958, those wheat pennies dominated, until they were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That design stayed with us through the year 2008, including our spotlight year, 1994. The 1994 Lincoln cent, also known by collectors as the Liberty 1-cent, might seem like any other penny at first glance. But the story it tells is subtly etched in its design and production. Let's take a look. On the front of the coin, you'll see the enduring profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing to the right. Along the top rim, the word Liberty. To the right, the date, 1994. And just above Lincoln's shoulder, you'll usually find a small letter, a mint mark. If there's no letter, your coin was minted in Philadelphia. If there's a D, it came from Denver. And if you're lucky to find an S, that's a special proof coin from San Francisco. Flip it over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity, democracy, and the memory of one of America's greatest presidents. Just above it, United States of America, and below, 1 cent. Between those two lies the motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. In 1994, the U.S. Mint struck a massive number of these pennies, over 6.5 billion from Philadelphia, and over 7.1 billion from Denver. That's right, billion. With a B. Additionally, the San Francisco Mint produced around 2.9 million proof coins made with a special process for collectors, featuring sharper details and a mirror-like finish. So yes, the 1994 penny was very much a coin of the people, widely circulated and easy to find in pocket change across the country. In circulated condition, the kind you'd pull from your change jar, a 1994 Lincoln cent is generally worth 1 cent. That's right, its face value. Like all coins, some 1994 Lincoln cents left the mint with flaws, and that's where the value starts to climb. Here are the types collectors are hunting for: double die errors. Look closely at the words Liberty or the date. If they appear doubled, You may be holding a rare variety worth $25 to $150 or more, depending on condition. Off-center strikes, coins that were not properly aligned when struck, can show a partial design and are considered rare. These can be worth $10 to $50, or significantly more for extreme examples. Clipped planchets. When a piece of the coin is missing due to a miscut during production, these clipped errors can range in value from $5 to $75. High-grade uncirculated coins. A regular 1994 penny in mint condition, graded MS67 by a service like PCGS, has sold for over $300. And get this, a 1994 Lincoln cent graded MS68 red once sold for over $1,000 at auction. So yes, a single penny can be worth more than your latest iPhone. Let's break it down. A circulated 1994 penny is generally only worth 1 cent. A 1994D or 1994 with minimal wear but ungraded around 10 to 50 cents depending on eye appeal. A certified MS65 coin typically $3 to $10. MS66 to MS67 grades $20 to $300, especially if full red color is preserved. Top-tier MS68 graded coins potentially over $1,000, though rare. Error coins like doubled dies or off-center strikes anywhere from $10 to hundreds of dollars depending on condition and severity. Proof coins from San Francisco $1 to $5 on average, with perfect PR 70 coins selling for $25 to $100. You may be asking, with billions made, why does this tiny coin still matter? Because coins like the 1994 Liberty 1 cent aren't just pocket change. They're snapshots of American culture. They carry stories of craftsmanship, economics, design, and even errors that turned into treasures. More than that, they show how even the smallest things can hold value, not just monetary, but historical and sentimental. So the next time you're digging through the couch cushions or counting out change at the coffee shop, take a second. Look at that penny. If it says 1994, it might just be more than a coin, it might be a piece of history. Found a 1994 penny with an error? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more numismatic stories, rare coin spotlights, and hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where coins aren't just money, they're history, they're mystery, and sometimes they're even treasure. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in your pocket, the Liberty 1 cent coin from the year 1984. Trust me, you're going to want to stay till the end because this humble copper beauty could be worth more than just a penny. Let's begin by getting to know this coin a little better. The 1984 Liberty 1 cent coin is more commonly known as the Lincoln cent. First minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this coin has seen over a century of American history, through wars, depressions, moon landings, and revolutions of all kinds. But what makes the 1984 edition so special? Well, buckle up, because we're about to find out. In 1984, America was in the thick of the Reagan era. MTV was king, the economy was surging, and the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing billions of Lincoln cents. The coin itself features a familiar design. The obverse shows the dignified profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-American sculptor. Above him reads the word Liberty, a powerful reminder of the American ideals, and to the right, the date 1984 is clearly imprinted. Some coins may also feature a small D or S mint mark, representing Denver or San Francisco mints, respectively. If there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. But the story doesn't end with just the design. The 1984 penny was part of a new generation. Since 1982, the United States Mint transitioned from the traditional bronze composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, to a predominantly zinc core with only a thin copper plating. This change, aimed at cost efficiency, means that many 1984 pennies are primarily made of zinc, not copper. However, a few rare 1984 coins were mistakenly struck using the old bronze planchets, and those are the unicorns every collector is chasing. Now let's get to the juicy part. Coin errors. These are what make an ordinary penny potentially worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars. The 1984 Liberty 1 cent is famous for one particular error, the double-ear Lincoln error. This error features a prominent doubling of Lincoln's earlobe on the obverse of the coin. It's a form of die error known as double die, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a slight misalignment. This doubling is clearly visible even to the naked eye, and it significantly increases the coin's value. A normal 1984 penny in circulated condition may just be worth its face value, 1 cent. But a 1984 double-ear Lincoln cent in uncirculated condition? That can fetch anywhere from $50 to $250 depending on grade and demand. Some pristine examples graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC have been known to sell for well over $1,000. In terms of mintage, over 8 billion 1984 Lincoln cents were struck across all U.S. mints. This makes the standard version extremely common in circulation. You can still find these coins in your change today, though most are heavily worn due to decades of handling. In average circulated condition, a regular 1984 penny is typically worth 1 cent. Even in slightly better circulated condition, the value remains unchanged unless you spot an error. But here's a tip for treasure hunters. Always examine your 1984 pennies closely. Look at the earlobe. Examine the surface for unusual doubling, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Even minor errors can attract collectors and yield premiums. Alright, so what is a 1984 Liberty 1 cent coin worth today in 2025? Let's break it down. A standard 1984 Lincoln cent with no errors, in circulated condition, is generally worth 1 cent. In uncirculated mint state condition, MS60 or above, without errors, it might be worth 5 to 15 cents to a collector or dealer. The famous 1984 double-ear error coin in uncirculated condition can sell between $50 to $250, depending on the clarity of the doubling and overall condition. Exceptional examples graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC have been auctioned for as much as $1,500 or more. Rare bronze planchet strikes from 1984, though incredibly rare, have reportedly sold for thousands of dollars due to their scarcity. Coin collectors often pay a premium for certified coins, so if you think you've found a special 1984 penny, it might be worth getting it graded. So how can you tell if your 1984 penny is valuable? Inspect Lincoln's ear. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. If you see a second earlobe, it could be the double ear variety. Weigh the coin, standard copper-plated zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. If your coin weighs closer to 3.1 grams, it might be a rare bronze planchet. Check the condition. Coins with fewer scratches, strong luster, and full detail are more valuable. Look for mint marks. While mint marks don't necessarily increase value, certain errors are known to come from specific mints. If you've got a standard 1984 penny, it's worth keeping as part of your collection or spending. But if you've got one of the errors, or even a shiny uncirculated version, you might want to hold on to it, or better yet, get it appraised. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a journey through history, economics, and craftsmanship. Thanks for watching, coin lovers! If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1984 Liberty 1-cent coin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment telling us if you've ever found a valuable coin in your change. Who knows, the next time you reach into your pocket, you might just be holding a hidden treasure. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the story of a small copper coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change, the 2000D Liberty 1-cent coin. It's a simple Lincoln penny on the surface, but in the world of numismatics, this particular coin has become a hidden gem. Believe it or not, some rare varieties of this coin have been valued at an astounding $50,000. So grab your magnifying glass, because this is the kind of story that turns everyday collectors into legends. This is the 2000D Lincoln Memorial Cent, minted in Denver. At first glance, it might look like any other penny, but some of these coins carry an extraordinary tale of history, rarity, and astronomical value. Let's explore how this humble piece of copper-plated zinc rose to become one of the most valuable modern pennies ever minted. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, breaking a long-standing tradition of using symbolic figures like liberty. Over the decades, the Lincoln penny became a staple of American currency, and by the year 2000, billions had been minted. The 2000D penny was produced at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d beneath the date on the obverse. That year alone, the U.S. Mint struck over 8 billion pennies, yes, billion with a B, but not all of them were created equal. In circulation, most 2000D pennies are worth, well, 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. A select few of these coins were struck with errors or variations that make them incredibly rare. One of the most famous error types is the wide AM reverse, a design variation where the letters A and M in America on the reverse are spaced wider than usual. This small difference can mean huge value. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal about two letters being slightly apart? In the numismatic world, that's like finding a golden ticket. It's a mistake, but a beautiful one, and collectors go crazy for it. Combine that with a mint state condition, and you're looking at a small fortune in your hands. One pristine example of the 2000D Lincoln cent with the wide AM error, in nearly flawless condition, was once sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $50,000. That's $50,000 for a coin most people would overlook. Its high value is due to a combination of rarity, condition, and demand from collectors eager to complete their sets. But even beyond the wide AM, there are other valuable variations, like off-center strikes, double dies, and repunched mint marks. Some of these errors are so subtle, They require a microscope to spot. Yet they can multiply the value by hundreds or even thousands of times. The Denver Mint, established in 1906, has produced billions of coins over the years. It's known for its high-quality minting process. But even in the most precise operations, rare errors can slip through. That's what makes the 2000D coin so special. It represents a once-in-a-generation anomaly, caught in the act by sharp-eyed collectors. Collectors from around the world are still searching for perfect examples of this coin. Every day, new pennies are pulled from jars, rolls, and forgotten drawers, hoping to be the next big find. If you have a 2000D penny, flip it over. Look closely at the word America. Is there a wide gap between the A and the M? Is the mint mark sharp and correctly positioned? Any doubling in the text or design? You might just have a treasure in your hand. Look for wide AM, reverse examine with a magnifying glass, check for mint state condition, compare with known error examples, consider professional grading. Currently, a high-grade 2000D penny with a wide AM variation or other rare error can fetch up to $50,000 in auctions. Even less pristine examples can bring in hundreds or thousands. It's no longer just a penny, it's a collector's prize. Found a suspiciously valuable 2000D penny? Don't spend it. Place it in a protective holder and get it professionally graded. Reach out to reputable coin grading services like PCGS or NGC and connect with trusted coin dealers. You could be sitting on a life-changing opportunity. So next time you empty your pocket change, remember, one tiny coin might carry the weight of history and the value of a luxury car. The 2000D Liberty 1-cent coin is more than just copper. It's a symbol of mystery, error, and immense value. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more incredible coin stories. Drop a comment if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you're heading to check your piggy bank right now. Until next time, keep collecting and stay curious.